Ready up for Cyber Lunch.
Welcome back, Cyber Bots.
Bots.
We are without one of our favorite members today.
Man down.
There's a man down. We'll get to that later. Some of the best times had playing video games are with friends. Finally overcoming that boss after hours and hours of grinding, to finally getting that special piece of loot, or accidentally killing your teammate in friendly fire because they ran into your bullets. When you finally realize the shocking story points or truly get lost in the revelry of the greatness of the moment at hand. Today, we talk about the joy and at times the agony, arcade, couch co-op, or even trading sticks with friends in a single-player adventure have offered us. A helping hand at times, and at others, let's face it, someone to blame.
I blame you.
Well, that's part of the deal. Today we explore those days of yesterday. Yesterday.
It's falling apart.
That being said, welcome back to the lunch table and belly up. I'm Darrell.
I'm Jake.
Oh, he's not here.
He needed cricket noises for that one.
Yeah. Welcome to Cyber Lunch, a weekly podcast that deals with nostalgia reflected and integrated into our everyday lives through growing up in the digital revolution, plus a plethora of tangents and passionate discussions with special guests and our favorite music, movies, video games, and television shows of the past and today. How you doing?
Good. Not only do we not have a special guest, we actually have less of a crew too.
I know. It's like we lost one.
Justin, well, not forever.
Somebody's got flowers in their hair.
He's on vacation.
Yeah.
Must be rough.
It probably is.
But we didn't want to feel like we were replacing him with anybody, so we're going at this. But we're tag teaming this one.
Yeah. It's not that we don't love you, Mark. We do love you.
Yeah, we do.
Our friend Justin has left us for a brief amount of time to explore the open world. But not to fret. He will be back to the lunch table next week where we discuss his favorite Hello Kitty Island adventure, or his favorite game, Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and his tumultuous collection of Barbie dolls, Cabbage Patch Kids, and Pepper Jack shredded cheese.
It's definitely...
Okay. That was per his request.
Yeah, that was his request. We did not make that up at all. That was he specifically asked.
We got that in the email.
Yeah. He said, here, it even says it right here in the email. Please make sure to include my love of Barbie dolls, Cabbage Patch Kids, and Pepper Jack shredded cheese. And shredded is underlined.
What's new with you, man? You're still on the road to recovery.
Yep,
that's awesome. You bent over and turned something on. I was pretty impressed today.
Yeah, I'm doing physical therapy now, so
it's kicking your ass.
Yeah,
huh?
It's kicking my ass, but it's on the way up though. It's feeling good, so
yeah,
I'm happy with
it.
They
lift any weight restrictions or anything else like that?
Not
still
yet.
The same.
A couple more, 4 more weeks, I think, before I see the surgeon again, and then he'll tell me more.
You'll be back to your original supermodel job.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I might retire young because this whole ordeal has made me appreciate life even more. I realize I haven't spent enough time with my family.
Speaking about spending time with family, what the hell have we been playing and watching? Which has nothing to do with family. I thought I was going to have some kind of clever segue, but...
Okay, real quick. This is what I played. Dead Island. I got the definitive edition for $5.
Yeah, on that spring sale.
And it really made me enjoy the game more. It runs so much better.
Really?
And if you ever played it before, and you should revisit it because I've had more fun playing it this time around. It's gorgeous. It looks better than Far Cry does. Like the graphically, it looks better than the new Far Cry. Anyway, I played.
That's a tall order. Well, you got an original 1080p TV.
Yeah,
which is weird to even say. Yeah, you just got like an original
one of those old HD
one
TVs.
Of those just a regular HD.
Yeah. Then I played. I started revisiting Destiny again. Believe it or not, both
I did. I played a couple games with you.
Yep.
Reluctantly,
but it was fun.
I made the joke while we were online. Like I said to Jake, yeah, I said if somebody told me that I'd be playing Destiny today, I'd call him a liar. Yeah. With a couple more choice words in between there, but
there's a bunch of new stuff in there, and I haven't played it in 4 months probably.
$15 is kind of a lot for just an expansion, though.
Yeah, it is,
especially when you don't play it all the time. And plus, I never played like the end game, like Curse of Osiris, where you go into like his palace or whatever, and you got to complete all those. I don't even know what that is.
It's an infinite forest. It's all about time travel and alternate realities and stuff.
Really?
I think you'd enjoy it. It's not long.
I like the story of it from the sounds of it, but not. I don't know.
I mean, it's
You just got to be
3
such a
hours.
high level, and there's such a large amount of grinding that goes in with that, and it just kind of gets.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
what we played for a couple hours and you went up 90 levels or something. And
No, it wasn't 90. It was like 20. So
Okay.
I was like a 280 light level. Then I made it up to like 301 after like 3 hours of play.
No, we weren't playing for 3 hours. We played like 3 Crucible matches and destroyed people.
It's got to be around 3 hours.
What? That we played?
Yeah.
Maybe. I suppose we did do the Nightfall and stuff earlier, but yeah, I don't know. I had fun jumping back into it. There's a bunch of stuff I haven't gotten. You know, they added all these new weapons and armor sets and stuff in the updates. So it's pretty good. But then I played. You and I played. We can probably just jump to this real quick.
Oh, yeah.
I got Call of Duty 2, tried it out, or Call of Duty World War 2. With specifically playing zombies in mind with Darrell, and that was an adventure, to say the least.
Well, my buddy Chris Fleek was on. I guess
Yeah.
that's one of the only games he played. He was carrying us most of the time. Like, you know, once you die and you have all your perks. If you ever played a game of Nazi zombies, basically you get dropped into a large map and you're in a small area at first. And the more zombies you kill, the more currency you get. You get to unlock doors and like, you know, quick revives or like stuff to like boost your armor. And there's things that you got to pay for, and you do that by killing the enemy, which are the zombies. But anyways, Chris, I died once and I lost all my perks, everything I work for, and he was still running around by himself.
We literally watched him. We kept dying, and we literally watched him damn near beat the thing.
Well, because like we couldn't do anything. Once
Yeah.
you're dead, it's like
Yeah, you're a spectator.
you're a spectator, and then once you come back, everything's so high powered at that point, like you're not gonna survive anyways.
Yeah, yeah. That was amazing. That was something to behold.
Well, it's funny
watching
because
him.
you messaged me. You're like, well. We'll try it out, but I don't know how it's going to work out because I've never played this before. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't really know the Easter eggs or none of that. And I'm like, oh, shit, Chris is on. He's like, yeah, dude, it's no problem.
You gotta do this, and this.
Okay, but then after that, I was just like, good God, man.
Yeah, it was like an hour and a half probably
It was like, yeah, an hour and 10 minutes.
of one round.
Yeah, one round.
It was crazy.
But then you returned it.
Yeah,
Eye roll.
It didn't. That didn't.
You could have gotten into it, though.
Maybe, but I don't know. It just wasn't gonna be. Dude, I played the campaign and beat it in one day, in an afternoon.
How many hours did that take you?
5.
What'd you think of it?
It was good. It was like a
I didn't.
Saving Private Ryan.
I
kinda
did
thing.
not care for the tank missions.
No, I didn't like those either.
I hate those because they're just so cumbersome at the end of the day.
The airplane mission was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wish they would have cut you a little bit more loose doing that, but it was fun. I like when you zoomed in on the plane in front of you when you're targeting them, stuff like that. But it was all in World War II planes. It was cool.
I was going to mention this later, but how do you think it's going to stack up with a new Battlefield coming out this next fall?
Well,
it's
there'll
like weird. It's like, why would it's like they're following up a year late, even though I'm sure development started like before.
Well, remember Battlefield did the early war stuff first.
Yeah,
And they did Battlefield
it
1.
doesn't matter anymore.
And there's going to be a
Nobody
new
cares.
Call of Duty announced at E3. You can almost
Oh, there
guarantee
is
it.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Oh, that's right, Black Ops 4. Yep. Which I don't mind. I do like a Black Ops series.
Yeah, but it's just
It's the same.
their campaign was not great through
The
that
first
iteration.
one was, I
No.
thought.
Oh yeah. The original Black Ops and Black Ops 2, but Black Ops 3 I was talking about.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't
They
that
kind of
great.
lost me.
It went weird.
Yeah, it got super weird.
Yeah.
Which I guess isn't a bad thing.
It
but-
reminded me a lot of Wolfenstein. Like, it was a really weird...
Are you talking about this Nazi Zombies?
No, the campaign for Black Ops 3.
Oh, yeah.
It was very, very strange.
Yeah, very jumpy all over the place.
Yeah.
But this... We only played zombies, and then you played that campaign, obviously. We just said that, but this was, like, super scary for what it was. Like,
Very
it reminded,
intense.
Yeah, very intense. Reminded me of, like, a horror game.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not like lumbering zombies. They run at you, and you pretty much have to be on the move all the
Because
time.
the year before in Infinite Warfare, there was like an 80s theme park aesthetic.
Yep, I remember that.
And
Was that
pretty
Goldblum?
fun. Yeah,
Yes.
Jeff Goldblum was like the DJ.
But even then, I tried to play that zombies, and I just didn't get it.
You got to go on YouTube and like watch the videos, and I mean, it's amazing how people figure that stuff out by themselves.
I know it's weird.
It's
It's like a giant raid from Destiny where you have to figure things out, but it's the entire map is this. Like you have to find this, and which order to do these in, and what opens what. It's crazy.
I'm sure there's a large community online of people that kind of congregate and talk about it, especially when a new one comes out.
Oh yeah,
or a new map. There's another map on here that we haven't even played. I haven't played it because I didn't buy the season pass.
Oh, a new zombies map?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't blame you. But what did you pick up in it instead?
Watch Dogs 2. I remember I played a couple.
Did you play
hours
the first one?
Oh yeah, I played that a couple times actually. I enjoyed it.
It had a No Man's Sky syndrome where everybody was hyped on it and then kind of let people down at the end of the day.
Only in the graphics.
Yeah.
That was it. Everything else was in the story. I mean, it wasn't a good, like, your protagonist was not a good character. He was kind of bland, but the things you could do, it was very techie Grand Theft Auto type. It was cool. You could play it any way you wanted. You could either do stealthily or you could just run and gun and stuff like that.
It's becoming the norm, and I feel like it got ripped off in a huge way from Infamous.
Yeah. Well, Infamous, I played those games too. When I had my PS4, I went and revisited a lot of games that I had never played.
Well, especially like Second Son.
Yeah. But I didn't like
later
it.
iterations.
I didn't like it because I had played Prototype previously, and Prototype.
I never got my hands on that.
That was a good game.
It looked like Rampage, but you're the demon or something.
It's basically you're Spider-Man, but it's rated R.
Really?
You like get upgrades to your stuff that's infecting your body and giving you different powers and stuff like that. You upgrade all your skill sets, but you can jump around the whole towards the end of the game. You got this jump that you can jump like blocks, city blocks, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like Saints Row 4.
Yeah. Yep.
Where it almost was like Crackdown-esque.
Yep. Very much so. Where it's just you get so overpowered towards the end where you can just take down anything.
Yeah. And then
but you can leap
Ugh.
onto helicopters and smash through the windshield and, kill the pilots and stuff, and then jump off and that thing explodes. It's pretty cool.
Didn't it have a Xbox release or PS or a newer console?
360. No, I think 360 was the last time
look.
they did it. It was the last prototype. Maybe it was Xbox One. I don't think so though. I think it was
just on touch on this quick right here.
Oh, the Ghost Recon, kind of like a big open world Ubisoft military shooter. They did a Predator expansion that me and Justin and I talked about a while back. Now their next one, they just did a free update for it with a Splinter Cell mission with the original Sam Fisher, and that's all free. I'm gonna have to check that out. That game's just been sitting there. I haven't touched it in quite a while. It's one of those games Justin talked me into getting and then never plays. It's one of those.
Well, I've seen him play it before.
Yeah.
Oh, it did come out. So one Biohazard bundle for Prototype.
Oh, so the upres Prototype.
Upgraded, yeah.
Yeah.
Product details.
First one is the best. Second one wasn't that great. It was just more of the same.
Prototype and Prototype 2 with the DLC.
Yep.
Oops. Okay.
It was a decent game.
Now that we cleared that up, I wanted to play Ghost Recon. I don't know why I never picked it up, but I saw it on sale on the spring sale, and you told me not to pick it up because it's kind of a lot like Far Cry, where it's just a bunch of open world madness at the end of the day.
Yeah, but it's not even like weird madness. It's just straight up shooter. Like it's fun co-op and stuff, but it's very technical and it's not so much my thing. Justin loves it though.
So if like you and I played, we could both progress together instead of the Far Cry way.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and the Predator map was awesome. That was a lot of fun. I mean, Justin we tried to do it, but we couldn't beat it. It was really hard. And I guess Splinter Cell missions are super, super hard too, but it's the original Sam Fisher. Who's the voice of him?
Oh,
the dude from
24.
No, the dude from the original guy, Ironside. Michael Ironside. Ironside?
Is that it?
Yeah, the guy from your Robo Kid or
Sam
your Turbo
Fisher?
Kid. Yeah. Yeah, he was in Turbo Kid. He's a bad guy in Turbo. No, that's for the movie.
There's a movie coming out now?
Yeah, they're supposedly doing a Splinter Cell movie with Tom Hardy. Oops, sorry.
Well, Tom Hardy just gets to be Venom and No.
Yeah.
Sam Fisher.
Yeah, they changed his voice for the last one. Weird. You could hear my pop.
Fisher was
Michael
originally. Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Kudos to you. The first 5 installments of the series.
Yep. Yeah, and then they went away from him for some reason.
Little joie de vivre.
Every time I see Michael Ironside, I still expect him to have one arm. Just from Starship Troopers. For some reason. It sticks in my brain.
I've never actually finished that movie.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
I
love that movie.
wasn't allowed.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. It's a very violent movie.
Why? It's shooting bugs.
It's uber gore in that movie. It's weird how much gore it is. I remember seeing it in the theater. Was like, I was taken aback. I knew it was going to be like a violent space, shooting movie, an action movie, but holy moly, they do some pretty intense stuff in that movie. But it's good.
Looks like we kind of ran out of time for some of our other things. We better get to the topic at hand.
Just go real quick. You played 2 games that you were talking about.
Yeah, one is called Minute, MINIT. It came out on Xbox One for sure. I'm not sure about the PS4 though. Oh yeah, PlayStation 4, Linux, Mac OS, and Microsoft Windows. Basically, Minute is an adventure game developed by I can't even say that last name. Jan Willem Nijman, co-founder and one half of Lambeer, Kitty Callis, who most recently contributed to Horizon Zero Dawn, Jukio Kallio, a freelance composer, and Dominic Johan. Is that it?
I think so.
Okay, art director of Crows. So they did a Counting Plus, and then this game was published by the guys that did Hotline Miami 1 and 2.
Okay.
Ruiner, Devolver Digital.
Yep.
I believe so, unless I'm thinking of a different. No, that looks like the same. Yep. Serious Sam, Hotline Miami. Those are kind of like 2 of their bigger titles.
Interesting.
The premise is that each of the players' lives only lasts 1 minute, resulting in a peculiar little adventure played 60 seconds at a time. And it looks like an old Game Boy game, but if the back screen was like black, and then your character is white.
Yeah, it's like super, of course, racist. It's like that uber 8-bit game, like maybe even 6-bit.
Yeah,
looking. Yeah,
very low poly. Really fun. I was playing it for like 3 hours Saturday night. I got home from Monster Trucks. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I walked in there and all I could smell was exhaust.
Yep.
It was insane.
Yep, car fumes.
And people take their kids here?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
I remember going to the outdoor race of the NASCAR track in Chicago, or in Joliet.
What the hell Illinois. Are you doing down there?
My buddy used to live down there, so we'd go once a year and go to the Indy races and the NASCAR races there. It was a blast. Like camp for like 4 days at the track.
Oh no, they're coming around. They're going to take another to the left.
Oh, you can't even hear nothing.
Yeah, I bet.
Just wake up hungover every single
car drives
day.
by right after that.
Yeah, but even out there, the fumes would make your eyes burn.
Really?
Yeah, because they use alcohol in in those Indy cars. They use alcohol fuel. And it just
Are you talking
burns.
to like desaturated alcohol or denatured alcohol?
Well, no, I don't know. It's some kind of
that's like
ethanol. Kind of ethanol.
Jeez.
Whatever.
Well, that was a good NASCAR tangent.
Yeah. But
Anyways,
it's fun. Bunch of rednecks going nuts.
You know what else makes a bunch of rednecks go nuts? This indie game called Minute that I've been playing.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say Die.
No.
Oh.
I don't even really want to mention that. I mean, it's a great game. It's $5. It's on the Xbox store. It's basically it's like a action platformer where everything's super crucial. You got to make the right moves at the right time, and it's a bunch of really tight spaces that you got to get through as far as time and picking up certain items to like open up doors, and you only have a certain amount of time to get through said door to grab another item. And it's an action platformer. Reminds me a lot of Celeste. It's fun. It's $5.
I always hated games that gave you time limits.
It wasn't a time limit. It just is more like you hit a switch and then you have so much time to like get down to get that orb and then get out of that room. That type of deal. And some of them have like moving platform levels by themselves. I can't remember auto-scrolling levels. So you kind of have to keep up.
Keep going, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. It's a fun little game. I did hit the cinema last week.
Oh, yeah.
For the first time, actually the week before I saw Ready Player One.
To everybody else, that's a movie theater. Daryl's hanging out with a girl that's from uptown, so it's going to call
shots fired.
Cinemas now. Anyway, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hurt my feelings.
Hi, Betsy. You're nice.
The Quiet Ones. It's definitely not the 2014 film.
No,
Is it?
it's not still in the theater. No, it's
A
not.
Quiet Place. I think. I always mess this up.
Is it a quiet place? It is a quiet place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, okay.
Quiet Ones,
Durr.
I've heard of that too.
Adur
John Krasinski.
directed this movie and is co-starred with his wife
In real life?
in real life.
Really?
Yes, I forgot her name.
He can grow a ruthless beard, man.
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt's his wife?
Yeah.
Wow, good job, dude. High five.
Yeah.
I like Jim from The Office. It looks pretty good. 96%. Jeez.
87% liked it. I liked it. It's definitely one of the better horror movies I've seen recently.
I want to check it out. I do. I like him first of all, and I would love to see him in a horror setting.
You got to see Ready Player One first in the theater before.
I don't wanna.
Why?
I just don't. I refuse.
Why?
Cause
You would love it more than anybody.
probably. I don't know.
I know there's a few scenes where you're gonna be like, dude, I can't believe they got away with that. Or,
Well,
I can't believe they did that.
I
Or,
sent you that picture on Facebook that showed Spawn like leading a charge with all these other characters. I was like, okay, Spawn's in there. I'm gonna have to see.
that's what
it.
I'm saying.
I don't know. I just don't want to spend the money to go to the theater to watch that.
I did, and it was worth it. That's
Yeah.
all I have to say.
Was it Quiet Place worth seeing in the theater?
I think so. It's not really necessarily a spoiler, but there's not a ton of dialogue.
Yeah,
So
because you got to be quiet.
you kind of have to sit around a bunch of other shitheads, super quiet. Like every wrinkle of popcorn's just like.
Sure. Yeah.
Especially,
I don't
I
know.
heard two people bring in pop. Like cans of pop because they're too cheap. So it's like
Sure.
they're trying to palm the pop lid.
It's probably
So-
beer. It's probably beers.
No, I turned around after I got up and I legitimately saw a whole bottle of wine.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Somebody snuck in a bottle of wine in their bowling bag purse.
Nice.
I'm just gonna have a little red and watch this movie.
Yes. Nobody can tell me
No, I went to that
otherwise.
Man 6 cinema right down off of Excelsior in 100.
Excelsior in 100.
Yeah, it's like a St. Louis Park old school man, and you should see the wallpaper, dude. Like, it brings me back.
Nice.
It's like teal and purple,
Nice.
like neon.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are we going to go see Infinity War? Have we figured that out yet?
I was thinking Coon Rapids.
I hate that theater so much.
The only reason I want to is because there's a bar real close.
Is there? Oh, yeah, real
Yeah.
close, yeah.
And since you're still kind of recovering, there's reclining seats or however you want them.
That's true.
And then there's plenty of room to walk with lighting.
That's true.
You're not tripping over people's feet sitting in the small theater.
Yeah.
And the screen's decent, and so is the sound.
You just described that like I remember like my parents would have had to describe bringing grandma to the theater. gotta make sure the aisles are wide enough.
blanket.
The aisles wide enough.
Reminds me of that Dane Cook stand up where he's like, I hate taking my girlfriend to the movies because every time she's like, should I bring a jacket? Should I? Just bring the jacket. God,
his
well, you don't have to yell at me.
his pop thing with the cup holder where you can't find it in the dark.
Oh yeah,
But I noticed in the newer theaters they have little lights in there.
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had a quick tangent that I wanted to ask you about, and it's kind of cool. At what period? Every theater has this. There's one area in the theater where there used to be a concession stand, and now it's just darkness.
And like a corner, one of the corners of it. Yeah.
that had to happen right when the theater opened.
Yeah, they were because you could have multiple concession stands, but then now they don't want to pay to have somebody down in that. It would be nice to have two of them open so you could go to a different one, not wait 15 minutes because somebody can't choose between freaking
I remember having that for a
jujubes
few years, and that was nice when you had refills. You could just run out. And
You can still
it was
do
right
that.
there. Yeah, but you wouldn't have to go all the way to the middle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The only reason I say that is because at that theater that I went and saw a quiet place.
Yeah.
You go upstairs in an escalator, which is super strange
That's
in
weird.
itself.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then you turn to the left, and there's a few arcade games, like Total not Carnage, but Total Maximum something, where it's a driving game and it's a demolition, whatever. And then a couple R-type, bullet hell, what would you want to call it, plane shooters?
Sure. Top down. Yeah.
But there's just this huge concession stand. I was just like, I wonder what years that was actually in operation.
Probably in the 90s. Late 90s, early 2000s.
Do you think they closed because we just have so much accessibility to things nowadays?
Well, yeah. that and the fact that they, you know, charge ridiculous amounts of money for everything, which is how it goes.
That
I mean,
theater
go to a
wasn't
Twins game.
That theater wasn't too bad.
No, well, the Andover place, I still like that place. That was cheap and it was quiet. It wasn't like, you know, super crazy.
That's what that St. Louis Park Theater reminded me of. Is that Andover Cinema?
Of course, that Andover might be so quiet because everybody was in shock from the crap we were seeing on the screen when we went and saw Star Wars there.
Oh my gosh!
I think everybody was in shock when they left.
Well, at least the kids liked it.
Yeah, nice. That one kid laughed during the part where I was rolling my eyes so hard I thought they were going to fall out of my face.
They did.
And
I actually
laughed.
I had to help you find it, like a contact on the ground. Marsha, where's your contact?
You okay over there? I think Darrell thought I was going to have a stroke watching that movie.
I just wanted him to not walk out.
No, yeah. I've only done that once, and you guys talk about it like I, you know, do that all the time.
Dude, you weren't even outside the fucking building before you had a cigarette in your mouth lit. You were just...
Yeah, I was so mad. Oh.
Here, hold the flute.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yes, that... No, yeah. No,
that was the exact moment you walked out.
No, the part in Alien...
We're talking about Alien Covenant.
Yeah, the part that got me to walk out, I remember, is when the alien shows up and that guy pointed a gun at it, and the one dude's like, "Don't shoot." And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. If that thing was standing right there and I had a full M16 or whatever that guy had, that thing would have been dead no matter what.
Yeah.
I had to leave. But yet I own it on Blu-ray.
I just bought, okay, I didn't talk about this before and I wanted to talk about it quick, and we're coming up on the break here. So I just want to get this out of the way. I apologize to Vizio. I'm an idiot.
Apologize to Vizio.
I have to. Because
at least you're man enough to admit it.
I'm an idiot. Apparently, TVs need to be updated nowadays. I still lived in the time when you bought a fucking TV, it just worked. You wouldn't have to like connect it to your smart app and then plug it into your brain, and then it steals your soul and your social security number all along with it.
So you're telling me you had to do like a Wi-Fi update to this thing?
To my TV.
That's crazy.
And then on top of it, you can go into like HDMI channels, rename the channels on the TV through your app, and then you have to turn on full UHD through the app. Like, it just doesn't turn on.
Huh. That's weird.
I'm like, welcome to the future, I guess.
That was the confusing future, apparently.
But I'm happy, though. I mean, now my TV's running in 4K, and I'm playing Xbox One X games.
How does it look?
It looks a lot cleaner. It's not necessarily like a huge jump. It's definitely... I don't know how to say it, because I see where it could be worth it. Like, if you didn't have an Xbox, or if you're not like an adamant like console gamer like I am. Because I admire PC gaming, but right now with Bitcoin, you can't get your hands on a video card. Mm-hmm. So this is the next best thing. Plus, a video card by itself is
the same price as
as a damn Xbox.
Yep. And you have to buy one every 2 years.
Plus, I've got like 130 games, indie titles and other games that I've downloaded through sales and stuff on there. So why would I change platforms?
My thing, I love PC gaming, and when you have a rig that can run like top graphics, it's really a sight to behold. My thing is, when I get a game, well, this is not so much anymore, I guess, because of the day one patch era that we live in. But for most, for all intents and purposes, when I buy a game for my console, I bring it home, put the disc in, and it works. I don't have to adjust the code for it. So, you don't have to do all these crazy things you have to do on PC all the time. There's always something to fix on PC.
Yes and no, but now you got to come home. And if you didn't buy it digitally, you're going to have to come home. And you're going to have to put the disc in and then wait for it to download.
Yes. Up to 3 hours sometimes, which is awesome.
I haven't noticed any huge mishaps with the X as far as like performance. Everything's been running really smooth. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
PUBG, it seems like the pop-in is a lot less. Like when I'm like going into the map, you can kind of see everything. And before, when I played on my original Xbox One, structured would pop in trees
building
and stuff.
as you're loading.
Yeah, but it's a lot quicker, as it should be on the X.
I want you to try Red Dead and tell me what that looks like, because I watched some video on it and it looks pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, like it's kind of crazy how good the graphics look, because it's
just probably like a texture pack.
No,
at the end of
they
the day.
like went through in the game engine and did some tweaking, I guess, because that's why it took it so long, because Rockstar had to approve it apparently. But it's up-res for Xbox One X, so I would be interested for you to play that. Plus, you've never played it before.
I know. Which
is crazy to me.
I popped it in, but then I changed to something else when somebody invited me yesterday. So
you should play through it, because that's going to be this. You're going to want to know the story for the next Red Dead that's coming. So
I will. I definitely will. I'll make time for it. And another thing that we should probably do is make time for a little break.
Breaky poo.
Thank you guys for sticking around so much. We are going to go stare at the clouds for a little bit, and we will be back.
I'm going to call Justin and tell him I love him.
That's always a good thing. All right, stick
I'm just
around.
kidding. I'm not
Thanks,
gonna.
bye. I was going to say cyber friends. Welcome back, cyberbots. We had a nice little break, nice little Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, there's a lot of things wrong with that.
We got to get to the topic at hand. One thing I want to lead in before we do talk about the co-op experiences that we have had is Far Cry 5. Jake talked about last week that he beat it already. I'm still got like most of the South done. That's Joseph, right?
Yep.
I've got most of him completed, and then I've got a couple others peppered just from wandering, but nowhere near. But I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
It just seemed that it kind of came and went. Like a lot of people got it, they mashed on it, and they beat it. Like I remember like going into like my friends list, and I see a lot of people playing it, and then all of a sudden, not many.
Not playing it anymore.
No.
Well, it's because like for me, same thing that happened with all the Far Cry games. By the time I ended up beating the game, I had done so much side stuff that I was ready for it to be over because it bloated my game time immensely.
Really?
Yeah. But I mean, it was fun. I had fun. But by the time I was done, I was like, okay, I can move on to something else now. Like it's really weird. Like the feeling I have about Zelda, I feel like when I beat Zelda, I'm going to want to start over and play again. And
Why though?
because there's so many different ways to do Zelda, I think. And in Far Cry, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's the same kind of looking enemies pretty much everywhere you go. But I don't want to talk bad about Far Cry because it's a good game.
Yeah.
It's just nothing insane. Like if they would have went to space or something this time, it would have been way crazier.
Well, you don't know that yet.
Well, that's true. They are. They're doing the Mars DLC, I guess. But
Yeah, but is it actually going to be on Mars?
yes, it's on Mars. Yep.
Oh God.
And then the Vietnam.
Why not?
Vietnam
I mean,
one. And
why
then-
not?
What was the other part of it? The Vietnam one, the zombies, and Mars.
Did you get to play any co-op in Far Cry 5?
Yes, I played with Justin for a while.
Really? Okay.
It was fun.
I just don't like that you can't keep your progress if you're
Yeah.
joining that match.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how they could really do that because you don't want to spoil story stuff when you're doing it.
It's still fun,
It is.
but it just sucks that you can't hang on to all your forward progress.
Yeah.
It feels like you're just playing to help the other person.
Well, no, you do get to keep perks points and stuff like
Well,
that.
I'm saying that, yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm not saying like actually progressing your own personal story that you can
Yeah.
save. That's
Yeah.
kind of ridiculous. You mean to tell me when I'm not playing with a friend, I have to restart and replay all the missions that I've already played?
I don't think so. I think they do complete. If they're side missions, they complete.
But what about main story missions?
Main story missions, no, I don't even think they activate when you're playing co-op because they don't want to they don't want to spoil any. You know, if one person just started the game, you don't want to be jumping into the second boss. You know, that kind of thing.
I guess that helps.
But it is really fun when it's you and your buddy taking down a big like fortress, like from
Pegasus.
opposite sides. Yeah,
Go get them Pegasus.
they sit up in the hills and one guy snipe and the other guy sneak around and do stuff. It's pretty fun. It's a fun game. It was well worth my time.
Let me ask you a question. We're going to get into the topic at hand, which was co-op games.
Because there's two of us here.
There's
today.
two of us here, so we just, made that dorky pun. That's just like, oh, it's like a DualShock controller. It's just two of us, and we're just going to vibrate and... Whoa, that got weird. But anyways,
Yeah, you're the one that came up with it. Don't say we.
no, you're a part of it.
Oh, okay.
You're a part of it, too.
Oh, thanks, Darrell.
Yeah, it's not... Yeah, that goes without saying.
Oh,
But what makes a good co-op game? I mean, we've played many throughout the years. I mean, ones that come to mind personally is Contra.
oh yeah, that was the first one I can remember. I basically had to have my cousin play with, next alongside me, and so we could beat that game. That was before we knew the Konami code or whatever it was back then. The up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start. For 99 lives. 1987, so I was 10 years old when that game came out. That's so crazy. But that was the first one I can remember. That and Turtles. I remember mashing
The
on.
original 89 Turtles or like the Turtles in Time?
The original is the one I remember on the Super Nintendo.
They have any co-op games on the Atari?
Oh, yeah. Like
Really?
Robotron, you could play together, I believe. Well, in Pong and things like that, it wasn't necessarily co-op. It was
That's
against each other.
multiplayer.
Yeah. But I think Robochan, you could Rampage. That was co-op. Joust was
Mario
co-op.
Bros.
Yeah.
The original Mario Bros. I guess that, now that I think about it, that's probably my first exposure to a co-op game. Because maybe I'm wrong. I haven't played that game in a long time, but I'm pretty sure if you jump on the other person, you like damage them or like halt them.
I can't remember how that worked. I think, because you were working to get the most points, so you could like slow them down, I think. You would like squish them and that would pause them for a little bit. We're talking the original single map or single screen map, killing the turtles, getting the power switches and stuff. Yeah. I guess.
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
I was trying to look more into it. I'm just like
Double Dragon.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah, there's so many.
That's one thing about this that gets a little weird is that co-op, or are you fighting against that other person? In that case, it's a multiplayer game. It's not really a co-op game.
Well, co-op is at the center of what makes video games great. Even if you're playing at home by yourself now with Xbox Live and things like that, we're co-oping in games. Like we could play Diablo together, and
I think a part of that is just like sharing your experience.
Absolutely,
and that's what's so like new and fresh about some of the consoles nowadays. Because I remember that was a huge selling point of the PlayStation 4. Guess what? You press a button and you can share your content.
Yep.
Which is like, okay, this is gonna get oversaturated real quick. But
yep.
It's all right.
Well, that's
share your story though.
It's still the cornerstone of good video gaming. It's not so much as a single player thing. It's with your buddies. Or
the industry
couch
thinks
co-op.
so too. I mean, look at that game, that Star Wars game with Amy Hennig that was going to come out and it got completely canceled because they want to go a more multiplayer centric route.
Yeah, there's no good single player stories anymore except for Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein still had a good single player campaign. I think Doom did too. This last time around,
I just don't get why they'd be on
Akari Warriors, man. One of my favorite games of all time. Man. They're coming out with Akari Warriors is going to be part of that SNK Nintendo release. They're going to release a bunch of old SNK games
on the Switch, or
I believe so. Yeah, it's going to be kind of like the arcade kind of, but it's going to be just SNK games for now. So I can see them buying up licenses like that and releasing Area 51. Tapper.
Root Beer Tapper.
Oh, I do remember that game now.
Bally Midway game, bro.
Yep.
83. Just imagine.
It was produced in association with Budweiser, but they had to have root beer on there.
Yeah, for kids.
Budweiser. Look at that right on the screen. Crazy. I have a game to throw in, and it was on the PlayStation. It was one of the first co-op games I remember on PlayStation, where you work together. It was called it was Reloaded. I'm gonna talk about, but the original game was Loaded, and it was just top-down shooter, up to 4 people, I believe. Maybe it was only 2 could play, but the story was really crazy, and it was ultra violent. So there's a bunch of backlash about it too when it first came out. There's 5 different characters you could pick, and basically just walk around, clear areas, open the door, get the key in the next area, fight to the door, and stuff like that. It was pretty repetitive, but it was something me and my buddies played a lot of, and just the story of it was hilarious. The main guy had his body destroyed at the end of the first game, and although his brain fled in an escape pod, landing on a harsh desert world, Key Butt 5, his brain has been implanted into the body of a chiseled bronze young artist hermit named Manuel Otto, and then he murdered the loyal surgeons responsible for giving him a new body. Reincarnated and renamed Cheb, which stands for Charming, Handsome, Erudite Bastard, the former raving lunatic supervillain has taken on some of the aspects of his host body. It's just
Is that the first game or the second game?
That's the second one, Reloaded, which the critics hated. It got a 4.5 out of 10, a 3.7 out of 10, and a 4.0 out of 10. But I remember liking it. I was less critical of the game. It was just because it was more of the same from the first one. But it was great. I liked it. It was one of the ones I remember, other than Contra. But I don't know. I like the story co-op ones when you can like work through a whole game together if
Yeah,
you
like
want to.
Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Those are my favorites, man.
Yep, those were great
Especially
games.
that one that came out on Dreamcast. God, I can't remember the name of it.
Gauntlet Legends?
I think it was Gauntlet Legends.
I think so too. Yeah, those were great games too. I remember playing those in the arcades, the original Gauntlet. I remember being on a bowling trip for school, like in middle school, and we were playing Gauntlet at the bowling alley. I remember that. We were all sharing our quarters, putting them all in a big pile so we could sit there and play it.
That definitely, a great co-op game that I actually bought for my Switch was Metal Slug 3.
That's co-op?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
We'll talk about a quarter eater. Yeah, it's just like a side-scroller beat 'em up, except you just shoot the shit out of things.
Oh, that's right. You can both ride in the truck and one person shoots and
I think
that person drives.
there's different ways where it can make the person you're playing with like receive your hits, like it turn friendly fire off. Yeah.
That's always good because
that's real
friendly
fun.
fire is tough. When you're playing a game like a survival game, like even in PUBG, you can kill each other, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's happened.
Yeah. So
I've never done that before,
Yeah.
ever. I swear.
like, oh, just get surprised and
I
shoot.
think that was part of my joke at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah. I don't know. I still got to play that with you guys.
Did you ever play Castle Crashers?
I did not. I heard a lot about it, but I never played it.
The Behemoth Microsoft Game Studios. It released in the summer of arcade, I believe, August 31st, 2000. Oh, yeah. August 31st, 2010. Holy buckets.
Wow. So that was on Xbox?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a side-scrolling beat-em-up that incorporates a small number of role-playing video game elements. After selecting a character, the player then selects a start stage and moves to the world map. Yeah, so like, why don't you hold my hand a little bit more? But yeah, it's really awesome. The animation's like beautiful. I can't even really describe it. It's got its own like quirky, like derpy, cute thing happening.
Hand animated, it looks like.
I don't know if it is necessarily.
That looks
wow.
That looks like an original sketch. The art style is very unique.
4-player game.
What's the purpose? What do you do?
You just go and you beat the hell out of these enemies that have stolen the princess.
And you're trying to
Yeah,
get into the
I'm pretty
castle?
sure one of the cute things at the end of each boss, like there's a princess for each world, and then at the end you fight over her.
Oh, nice.
Amongst yourself.
Amongst yourselves. That is pretty funny.
Unless I'm just living in some fantasy land. I know I talk about this game like almost every week, and I'm sorry that I do, but one of my favorite co-op games that I remember playing is Donkey Kong Country. Any of them, especially the original. I know it's not really your jam, but I just can't harp on it enough. I mean, that connection that you feel with that other person to like get you through to that next, like get the barrel, like
Yeah, I do remember co-op.
like it's just super intense, especially for its time, dealing like with the barrels on the snow level or like some of the underwater levels. Oh, they just got so intense. I don't know. Yeah. Donkey Kong, Diablo 3 as well. I just actually repicked that up. Mark kind of convinced me. He's like, yeah, they're. Oh yeah, a few weeks ago he was telling us about how they're kind of supporting and patching that game and their seasons, and the Necromancer came out, so I started a female Necromancer. I'm not very far, so can't really say. I'm right at the beginning of the game pretty much, but I'm doing like a season. Now there's like hardcore seasons, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So basically you start a season, and if you die, you're permadeath.
Oh wow, for the whole season?
Yeah.
Oh jeez. I
Talk about a broken controller.
I put 63 hours into Diablo 3 on Xbox 360. Played through as all characters, got 100% in every
And you're like,
series.
I'm done.
Yep. And I was like, okay. But it was really good. The Reaper Souls DLC was very good. I do remember another co-op game that just jumped in my head. I remember there used to be a Terminator 2 Judgment Day arcade game where you'd shoot at the screen.
Oh, yeah.
And it came out for Super Nintendo.
Yeah, they had the big rifles with the red button on the left-hand side.
For the grenade launcher,
Yep.
Well, it came out for Super Nintendo, and you could use a light gun, which I couldn't afford. So my cousin and I played through that entire game with just controllers and like an at-screen shooter game. Super, super hard, but it was really a lot of fun. But you needed 2 people in order to be able to do it. I just remember playing over and over and over. Yep,
That's
look at that graphics on that. How old that is. That was the arcade probably down in the main picture there. Yeah, those were good. It was good times. I can't even imagine the amount of quarters I spent in the arcade But yeah,
Midway game. Arnold
Yep.
Schwarzenegger.
Start all the actual people in. Look at that. Yep, moving the cursor around with your controller. Holy
Oh,
mackerel.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Copyright claim for gunfire.
I know.
Yeah, look at that game. That was a lot of fun. I was a huge Terminator freak back then.
I like how it's all like live action. Like it looks like Mortal Kombat, kind of, where
Like
all
Pit
the
Fighter.
Yeah. All the people look real, but yeah,
They're just like animated in certain.
they're just
frames.
quarter eaters at the end of the day.
Oh yeah,
Big time.
such a good game though. Such a good game. And the tech back then, this looked so cool. Like, oh, look at, they jump right up in front of you. At the very end, you had to fight the liquid metal guy and shoot, and you had to get the grenade launcher when it popped up. Otherwise, if you missed it, you had to start over. And then once you got the grenade launcher, you shoot at him, and it did the whole end scene from the movie. That's pretty cool.
I would love to play this with you.
I didn't know it was co-op. I would like to play that too. Is that
And that is Portal 2.
Portal 2? Is that
Yeah.
That should be cheap by now, right?
Oh, I'm sure it's super cheap. Or it's probably like $20 because it's so obscure that if you want it, they're going to make you pay.
Yeah, I suppose.
Where it's like, it kind of gets like that in that certain realm. It kind of sucks. I play a little bit of Portal 2, but well, co-op that is. I don't know.
I played the first one.
It's okay.
It's a demo. It was a
Hello.
cool demo. It's 5:00.
Yeah, not yet, actually.
No. Yeah, you were a big fan of that Portal. I liked a little bit of it, but it was like, all right. It was crazy short, the first one.
I just saw a speed run of somebody doing it in like less than 9 minutes.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's weird. I think I beat it in a couple hours. It's pretty crazy.
But just watching somebody beat it that quick, oh my god.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Just knowing exactly where to shoot at the right time and going through the right stuff on time.
Let me ask you a quick side tangent.
What's that? We've never done that
Yeah,
before.
I know, right? So that guy from the Donkey Kong fame, whatever the hell his name
And
was.
Pac-Man too, right?
And Pac-Man. He got all of his titles stripped away because it was on an emulator.
Yeah, he had the perfect game in
So
both.
what about like everybody running Super Mario 64 via PC or whatever?
I agree with you. Same thing that Sea of Thieves guy just got a bunch of crap for that because he prestiged or whatever, but then they figured out that he was having other people help him, like other teammates, which is what the point of the game. And everybody went crazy and like, oh, he wasn't the first, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, good Lord, people, give it up. I still would like to see anybody do what that guy did anyway, even though it was emulated.
That's probably the biggest co-op game that's come out this year.
What's that?
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, yeah. And it's not doing very well right now either, so.
Well, why would it? All you can do is change your outfit that you can't see.
Yeah, it's pretty bare bones. Yeah, slow clap. Good
Get a
job.
slow clap for that.
It is a beautiful game, though.
I saw the trailer for that last night when I was watching The Wild.
Oh, yeah.
Samwise Gamgee was in front of like this painting of this kraken taking down a ship, and he's like, you could hear their screams echoing in the distance. That's the sharks. I'm just like, that's exactly why I won't play that game.
It's so good. You don't even really have to deal with that.
Yes, you do.
No. Only time you have to deal with it was when your ship goes down.
Like if my ship goes down, I just turn my console off.
Reset. I have to reset.
I would too. I swear I would. Don't judge me.
The first time we all got together and played that game without you, I wanted you to be there so bad because we literally got on our ship and started taking off out of the harbor and got attacked by a kraken immediately. Like right out of the box. And I would just loved to hear your reaction to that. Because it was creepy even for me, but it would have been hilarious. Anyway. You just won't play it though.
I think what makes a good co-op game is when you're both laughing at the same time.
Oh yeah. Or when you're like, oh
Yeah, like one of those deals.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Destiny in its heyday, in Destiny 1, when we were raiding all the time, that was straight up, that's the definition of co-op because it's 6 people working in tandem and doing their specific jobs throughout this 3-4 hour raid. And seeing your friend just get murdered in front, like just wiped out by a huge explosion right in front of you and watching their character's body fly away. And he's like, ow. And you're like, oh my God, that happened right in front. It's great. And actually achieving that thing. I think that's what co-op is, achieving it together and just everybody high-fiving each other when you're done.
That's why I like those harder games, kind of like Celeste, because it's small victories for yourself.
Yeah. You're selfish that way.
I guess, yeah. Like, I need a treat every time. Well, the level's so hard.
Darrell, you want a treat? Come over here, Darrell.
This is the part that they turned it off.
Yeah. I like to share my victories.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's part of the deal, especially in Halo, man.
Yeah.
God dang it.
See, I got to play much multiplayer
Why?
Halo. Well, when the first Halos were out, I barely could afford an Xbox. Like, I couldn't afford internet or anything like that and a gaming service and all that stuff. And then I just never, after 2, I really didn't like any of the Halos after that, so I kind of just went away from that.
You came back eventually.
I did come back. I think Halo 4, we played a lot of multiplayer on that. It seems to ring a bell. 5, I didn't play. I played through some of the campaign, and I couldn't even finish it because it was so bad. But
that really upset me.
Yeah, I think it upset a lot of people. But even like playing co-op in like a Star Wars Battlefront type game or something where it's team deathmatch and you're running behind your buddy, like I'm right behind you, Darrell, or even in Destiny when we're doing protect the flag or whatever, capture the flag. It's fun just to know that you're in teamwork together against a common enemy.
Well, like us. Yeah, like you and I, we played through Destiny 2. Mm-hmm. I had a great time with that campaign.
Through the whole campaign, yeah. Yep, it was fun. I think that's just what what it is just camaraderie playing. That's why I love the co-op stuff.
You're definitely making memories with that person, whether good or bad. Like was that Friday night that I came over? What night was that? No, it wasn't Friday.
Last Wednesday.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Jeez.
No, well, whatever.
Well, I was like, I'll run you through Cuphead quick. I got all like confident, like, yeah, all right. So I beat a couple of them. So I was on a roll, and then I got to Fiery Frolic on World 2. It's the Dragon.
It's the Dragon.
It's the Dragon. And I have a few choice words for that green gentleman.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
For like 2 hours, I watched Darrell smash his face into the wall repeatedly over and over and over. Just couldn't do it.
I just get so close. It reminds me of that South Park episode where Stan starts playing like Guitar Hero or whatever, but it's that dragon. It's like Heroin Hero.
I didn't.
Oh, you haven't watched that?
No.
It's out there. South Park isn't offensive whatsoever, so
I know South Park, but I haven't watched it in 10 years probably.
You'd love it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You would probably cry.
I don't know. I just haven't watched animated stuff lately.
It's okay. It's fine.
Anyway.
It's fine.
It was fun watching you because you were talking such a big game, and that game just backhanded you.
I remember
Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy. Back to the co-op thing. I remember I was watching my buddy play one of the Dragon Quests that got ported to the PlayStation 2. I think it was like 8, I want to say. I don't know. I don't know anything about that series really. But I was not feeling well, but I was still over at his house. And he didn't tell me, but I was over there hanging out, and he was going to tell his parents that he didn't want to play basketball anymore.
Oh,
he he didn't tell me because he wanted a friend over. So he was like,
"Thanks, dude."
But anyways, so that happened.
When are we eating dinner?
But his like mom was calling him up, and he was on like the final boss. He's like, "Literally, Darrell, if I get hit one more time, I'm dead, like forever."
Yeah.
I'm just like not really caring because I'm like starting to get a fever and like, I'm like, dude, I gotta go home. He's like, no, you have to stay for dinner. I'm like, why? Like, he beat it. He freaked out. He was like, ah, he was like doing a dance and like throwing stuff around, and like I'm just sitting there like,
and Ben Scrabbles gave up sports on that night and now is a 380-pound man living in Massachusetts.
No,
unemployed.
I won't conceal his name.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Reveal, conceal.
So I called him Ben Scrabbles. I assume that wasn't his name. It was a mythological name. I just made it up on the spot.
Mythology?
Mythological. Mythological. Zavala.
Zavala. That's what we say.
Speaking of Destiny, are we going to play some of that?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
$15 isn't much.
No.
I remember one time there was a storm that we have storms in Minnesota, bad, especially during the summer. And like they'll tear trees down and shit, I'm sure. But
Good job.
I had to wet my whistle there.
That was a good choice to take a drink of your pop right at that second. Not even at the end of a sentence, but smack dab.
I had to wet my whistle. I'm sorry about that.
And then you choked. That was great. Okay, anyway.
We had nowhere to go. School was out. A bunch of trees went down and so on and so forth. My buddy, he just got his license, so he came and picked me up. He said, bring your Xbox. I'm like, why? We'll just say Charlie's got a generator.
We'll just say Charlie's got a generator.
So he didn't tell his dad, but there were 2 refrigerators downstairs that had food in it when the power went out.
Yeah.
And he unplugged the refrigerators
and played
started generators. And he had me bring over my system link. So we were system linking Halo all afternoon off a generator.
Nice. Good job.
And I guess he accidentally left one unplugged.
Oh, I can imagine.
I bet his dad was mad, but
We've all done things like that.
I know. But I just remember playing, like, getting that desperate where there was, like, probably, like, a good 6 inches of hail out in your front yard and there was, like, nothing to do. And it's like, oh, shit, you walk outside, like, thank God my house didn't get hit. And then, you know, I got picked up and spent the whole afternoon playing that. I mean,
yep.
That was more of a multiplayer experience, though, but it just reminded me of getting together and communing.
Yep. I remember that old nights of GoldenEye, split screen, couch co-op, up till hours of the night, keeping it really low so your parents didn't yell because you were up all night. But I play hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And hours.
I will never forget the first time I saw GoldenEye on the TV.
Yep.
It was kind of like that dude in Dodgeball when he saw the woman in the red dress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very similar to that.
Like, everything slows down.
What is this madness? I was 7 by the time, so I sounded like an 80-year-old British Englishman.
I remember, yeah, same thing. You know, I played through that campaign so many times. I knew every little nook and cranny of that game.
Do you think you could run it now?
The campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I could even probably remember where everybody is.
I've got an N64. I just don't know if I have a copy of GoldenEye.
It does not hold up.
Oh, no, I know it doesn't hold up.
I tried to play some multiplayer once, and I was like, holy mackerel, this is not good. But it did not seem that way when I was younger.
Did GoldenEye come out after Quake?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was like the huge Unreal tournament, too.
It was Doom, then it was Quake,
then it was
Unreal.
Wolfenstein, Doom.
Well, Wolfenstein wasn't multiplayer, though. Doom was the first one to have multiplayer.
True.
Or network play, anyway.
Yep.
And then it went to Quake, and then it was Ultima, and then Unreal came out, and then
Like a Chevy Ultima?
No. Ultima.
A Nissan, that's what it was.
Yeah, Ultima, yeah.
Yeah.
Ultima Online, I believe. I never played it.
Ooh, footsie.
Hey, ooh. But GoldenEye was way down the line. That was, yeah. I remember the first time, like you said, or Perfect Dark too, same thing. Where
I wasn't allowed to play Perfect Dark.
Why? It was not even that bad.
I don't know. Just it had an M rating, and I was shunned away from it.
Shame. Yeah, GoldenEye was freaking great.
Lannister will have her revenge.
With on that old 64-bit
No,
cartridge
we're getting sued.
Yeah. Well, technically, that was way off. Anyway.
Complex was my favorite.
Complex. I like the one where you started out in the bathroom, the
now.
very first level, because you could shoot those dudes through the glass and stuff like that. It was cool. All that glass physics. Everything about that game was fun back in the day. I just can't believe that we were able to do the things we were able to do with the controller back then. Oh, yeah, Complex. I remember that. Yep, they were great. Great. What was the one that were you up on the big satellite dish with all the bridges?
Original stages.
The water caverns.
Cradle.
That was the one. Yep. The caverns, I like that one too. You could put up proximity mines everywhere, and you just hear people blowing up behind you after they're running after you. Look at how the graphics, though. Holy Max. I don't know how we did it. Look at those character models up on top. That is hilarious. The Citadel. Look at those character models. Oh my God, that's horrible. That is funny.
Good night. There's like, look at that guy's face. It's
it's just like a flat skin put on a polygonal head.
Yeah, I don't.
Look at Jaws. Look at him.
It looks like one of those creepy like Facebook filters where like you can put your face or like take
Somebody
a picture
else's face
and
on
map
there.
it to yours.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Holy mac. That is crazy.
Hey, it was the shit, man. The
Yeah, it
basement
was.
was my favorite. Library was the same thing.
We used to play basement with Golden Gun. Everybody had
Yep,
one-shot kills because
one-shot
there was all
kills.
those pillars
Yep.
everywhere. Yeah.
I'll never forget that, man.
Yeah.
Complex was my favorite because you could hide in those vents.
Yep. Egyptian was good too because it had multi-level. Those big holes in the middle. Yeah. God, it was so.
Well, some
such
of
a
my
good
friends
game.
were assholes and they mastered like the right trigger and then like aimed down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would just get murked down in that pit.
Yeah. People with the rocket launcher hit me in Egyptian all the time. I remember that.
The bunker was my favorite. There's not a lot to hide from.
No, it's pretty open. The GoldenEye, or not GoldenEye, but the next James Bond game after this on Nintendo 64 was the multiplayer was fun as hell too. It was in the snow.
You never. Oh,
On the ski
Tomorrow
lodge.
Never Dies.
Tomorrow Never Dies. Yeah, that was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, you can just. I think you can get an emulator for this and play it. I wonder how it would work with like they should updo or how do you say it? Redo the controls like for a 360 controller. Can you imagine that game being all snappy and quick?
They tried with on the GameCube.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure. Or the world is not enough.
Oh, it's Tomorrow Never Dies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, GoldenEye Rogue Agent.
Yeah, that was the one that. Is that what they redid for Xbox?
I think so.
I think so too. I just remember it was. Nobody said it was very good.
PS2 as well.
So it's 360.
I heard it wasn't great. That's why I never got my hands on it.
Look at that. Odd job. And you could get the original skins. I remember that. All the old Bonds. That's so cool. Good days. That was the classic days of gaming.
They're all gone now.
Yep. Never get them back. Mostly thank God for that because
I wonder
we
what
put up
Justin would have to say about some of this.
I don't know, Justin. What?
R.I.P.
Never mind. Yeah, R.I.P. We lost him to the hippies in California. He's never coming back.
He lives in the hills with the Manson family now. Hey,
Yeah,
man.
With more millennials.
It's free love, man.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Did you have a secret question this week?
I didn't. I thought you did.
Oh, no.
Was that supposed to be my job?
I can pull one out. I can pull one out of the hat. No problem.
Here's my secret question. I got one. What character, we're going to take a bet right now, is going to die in Infinity War?
Haven't we discussed this already?
Not on the show, I don't think.
Okay.
We're going to make a bet. Didn't we have a burger bet before, too? By the way, I think you lost.
I did not remember that bet.
Oh, I
There's
bet
no
you
such
don't.
thing.
Yeah, I bet. We can check the tapes. But anyway, we'll make a burger. Or should we make a burger bet? Or should we make a popcorn? No, that won't work because we'll already have eaten the popcorn when we find out. How can we do this?
Who's going to die?
We'll just have a beer bet. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope Captain America dies, and I hope Thanos crushes him in half with one hand.
Really?
Yeah, I'll
me.
stand and applaud.
So you, that'd be sad, man. I like Captain America.
No.
Oh, I love him. I like his character.
Steve Rogers and his new haircut.
Yeah, with his beard.
Because he's all jealous of Thor getting a new haircut. He's like, I want a new haircut.
No,
I
it's
want to...
Nomad, based on Nomad.
I roll.
Anyway, so that's you think that or you want that?
I'm just going to preface in saying that I didn't read all the original comics. I couldn't
It
afford
won't matter. It's different.
No, but I'm just saying, like, my opinion is based solely just on knowing the movies.
Okay.
So I don't know any, like, huge deep lore, but I guess on a surface level, I would like to see Captain America go because I think he's more full of himself than Tony Stark. Even though, and then you had that premonition in Age of Ultron where he saw everyone was dead except him.
Oh yeah. Yep. I remember that too.
So that could be honestly a refraction where he could die and everyone around him would live.
Wouldn't that be crazy if he was the last one standing? That'd be unreal. Just standing on a pile of comic book.
That's
going to
happen. And you know what's going to happen after that? Well, for some reason or another, Doctor Strange is going to disappear. Everyone else gets killed by Thanos, and he comes out of nowhere with that one stone, reverses time or whatever.
Reboot the series.
And then,
yeah, I know.
Either reboot the series or reboot them where they're back alive and then warn them that they're going to die so then they have a chance to actually survive.
Could be.
Because didn't he put, what was his name, on a loop in Doctor Strange at the end? He put that dude in a time loop at the end.
Are we thinking of Cable?
No, I'm not thinking of Cable.
Because Cable was basically going through time loops to
Yeah, but
try
no,
to stop us.
I'm talking about Doctor Strange. Because right at the end, he used
Dormammu?
that, yeah, against
Or
Dormammu.
Dormammu?
He used it against him, and he finally said okay because he kept going through a loop.
I don't remember those. I think one of two people for sure will be gone. I think the Vision for sure will die. Is that like the red shirts in Star Trek?
Yeah.
Well, he also has an Infinity Stone in his head, so that if the gauntlet's going to be made, that's going to come out.
That's going to be the first one that goes, because what is Vision going to do against Thanos?
Well, Vision's super powerful though. Don't forget, he can go through matter and shit like that. He can go through things. But anyway, and Hawkeye, I think Hawkeye is going to get like bitch slapped by Thanos and just fly into a building somewhere and die.
No.
No,
He's got a family.
that doesn't matter. That makes it the weight of it even more. And you don't even
And
hardly.
they're all going to see.
Yeah, everybody will see it.
Yeah.
Well, somebody big has to die because that's what stops Civil War. When they were fighting between each other, one of the main characters gets killed in the fight, and they're all like stop, and they're all like, "What the hell are we doing?" That
What's
kind
wrong
of thing.
with Arya Stark?
Arya Stark.
She just shows up out of nowhere.
I wonder how creepy she's gonna look by the time this new season comes out.
I was just thinking in Deadpool 2 would be super hilarious that if like Deadpool like skinned some dude's face and then like try to do like a rehash of Game of Thrones at the
the red wedding.
yeah
Yeah,
like a Deadpool version.
I visited the Two-Faced Man. I can't wait for Deadpool. I saw that last trailer. That's like, yep, I'm down. Josh Brolin looks like an angry Cable, like just a grumpy Cable. That looks cool. Yeah, I like it.
Are they working together against somebody else, or are they going to be fighting each other?
I think at first they're fighting each other. Yeah, which is cool. But yeah, Cable looks really cool. They really did a good job. I like how he looks. But Josh Brolin playing two main dudes from two Marvel franchises at the same time, doing Thanos and then doing.
They're going to get this one right.
You think so? Infinity War is going to be right?
I think so.
I think so too.
At least I hope so.
I think so too.
Steve Rogers, Black Widow's gonna die.
No, they're not gonna. Well, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Tony
she's
Stark
all
could
done.
die for all we know.
Tony Stark is gonna seem like he's gonna die, but you don't know. Like they never say because it cuts to some other big event at the end of the movie and it leave it for a cliffhanger.
Think about.
Then the next movie is gonna open up with his face and he's like gasping, like, "What's going on?" And then they're still fighting.
Think about it though. If they were ballsy enough to kill Iron Man, that would hold some weight to it. If one of those main characters like that, like even Captain America, like you said, if they die, that would be.
I feel like well, now Disney that has the gun on Marvel's head.
Yeah.
They had it cocked in Civil War.
Yep.
Because it's like, if Steve Rogers would have he could have killed him right there at the shield at the end.
Yep.
And instead he wrote him a letter in cursive. Dear Tony Stark, I just want to say I'm real sorry about beating you up.
Yeah.
Because Bucky, he was my best friend.
Yeah.
And I have to defend my friends.
That's what you taught me back in the day. I was just trying to live up to you.
And then at the end, it's like signed, I love you, Jenny.
Yeah.
Tony's like, who the fuck is Jenny?
I don't know if they'd be crazy enough to kill a main person like that, but I think just like in Last Jedi, if Finn would have died, it would have made. It would have gave a weight to at least a part of that movie. So
I think it'd be funny if Baby Groot died.
Oh, don't do that.
And
well,
then
he
they
could just
made it-
regrow.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
the
They killed
joke.
him already. Yeah.
Well, it's another Groot, isn't it?
I don't know. That's the same Groot.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Are you positive?
I'm 100%
I'm pretty
positive.
sure it's not the same Groot.
No, it was a seedling from him or something.
Yeah, it's
Remember?
not Groot though.
It is too. He cares. It's him. He's
So
going.
if you have a son, that's you.
He didn't have a son. It was just part of him.
But Baby Groot is regular Groot's son.
I think it's Groot.
No.
Yeah, because then there's teenage Groot.
Hey, all the cyberbots out there, let us know in the comments below if you can fact check for those.
When it all
for
comes
us.
down to it, I don't care. I'm just saying.
Howard the Duck's gonna show up.
Dude, what if he gets killed? What if it's
Like,
just a
right
big
away.
puff of feathers, like Thanos just slaps him and it's just a puff of feathers?
Like he lands right next to Rocket and then gets slammed out.
Yeah. He's just drunk. He just shows up wasted and falls off a
Is
building or
that
something.
one of his deals?
Yeah, he drinks like martinis and stuff. I remember. He's a womanizer, man. Howard the Duck. Remember the movie?
I haven't seen the original like live action Howard the Duck.
You have never seen that?
No.
It's a trip, man.
No, it scares me. I don't like it.
It's a trip.
It's too close.
It's too. You're too close, man.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I lost my channel.
Hopefully. Oh, that's what happened.
What is that?
There we go.
What is that?
We were just too loud.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess.
Are we overheating the
We are.
box?
Sorry about that, everybody. God.
Anyway.
For some reason or another, when like we accidentally hit a mic or mic stand or something, it like it takes our monitoring away, so we think there's something wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh great, my computer's on fire.
It's a Mac. It could happen. You never know.
the extinguisher.
Yeah. No, we can't use that. I need that for later. You throw it outside in the snow. It'll put it out.
Okay. Captain America's gonna die.
I'm gonna say. Well, Vision's kind of cheating, so I'll say Hawkeye. So that's our bet.
Where do you want to go? What theater do you want to go to? Because I'm thinking pizza and beer beforehand.
I want to do an IMAX, so I will see that. I will see that in IMAX, but I don't want to see 3D or nothing like that.
Well, if you go see IMAX, it's IMAX 3D.
Oh,
There's no one or the other. At least I don't think.
what about doesn't the Coon Rapids place have that giant main theater? It's like
No.
just a giant screen. Where is that? I don't remember.
It's nowhere around here. Maybe at Roseville.
That could have been what
That's
it was.
one
I
of
don't
the
remember.
premier theaters.
The Premier theaters.
Premier theaters.
I just don't like Coon Rapids because all the employees are asshats.
Yeah.
But whatever.
And they took the arcade away to put a bar. I'm just like, eye roll.
They could have had.
I don't
both.
want to pay $12 to have like 16 ounces of Summit.
The only good thing was at that Rogers Theater, the beer there was cheap. It was like $4. Remember when we all went there to see what was it? A Star Trek?
No.
What were we? Oh, Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Suicide Squad.
Yep. Yeah.
That was Matt's birthday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Slumpy Man came out.
Slumpy Man came out.
Yeah. In the theater too. I mean, he like the last half of that movie he probably didn't remember. He kept going up to going to take a pee all the time. He's old man Matt with freaking having his overactive bladder.
There's actually seats you can pay for that have like a little hose that comes out.
No.
And then it has a blanket that drapes over you, so you
No.
don't have to leave the movie and miss a second.
No.
For an extra $16.95, you yourself.
I already have to walk through like sticky pop and old shit on the floor. I do not want to have to worry about urine.
See,
too.
that's what I'm saying about.
You fat fuck, get up and go to the bathroom. I hate that kind of
You
shit.
can't miss the movie though.
Bullshit.
You can't.
Then don't drink 92 ounces of fucking soda before you get in there.
Well, I'm sorry that
or
they charge
13
me
shots
16
of Jameson like you do.
No, that's not me. If I have 13 shots of Jameson, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I don't care what movie I'm seeing.
I
It
don't.
could be Star Wars. It could be The Hobbit.
It's tough for me to drink during a movie because I just think like when you're getting down to that first beer, you have to go get another beer. You're gonna miss something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then you're just not really.
Well, at that
into
point,
it.
you might as well just drink Long Island's.
Yeah, or I just sneak in a liter in your pocket.
No, that's illegal. We don't want to do anything like that.
Is it illegal or is it just against their policy?
Both.
Is it?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know. I'd be.
We ask the TV? Hey, TV.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, if I have to download, yeah, never mind.
Do you talk to Alexa when you go over to Justin's house?
No, she was on by herself.
Yeah.
When I went over there.
Plays
the last
music
time.
for the cat when they're gone.
It turned off though.
Yeah, it turned off when I got there too. And I said, Alexa, because I didn't know if it was. Steve was like, "Is that Alexa?" And it was like, bloop, bloop. I'm like, "Oh God!" I was like, "Alexa,
Probably
play."
anybody that has Alexa near
Yeah, probably
the
just wanna-
speakers just now, you just turned it on.
Hey Alexa,
Play Slayer.
play Lamb of God.
I did that on Christmas because they got one for Christmas and it was playing some Christmas music, and all of a sudden it's like and I was like, oh my gosh, it actually works. That's crazy.
What is the Slayer song? Raining Blood or whatever?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I just was thinking like the most anti-Christmas thing ever, just to be hyperbole.
I can't. That shows you the state
It's
of
crazy.
the world right now that people are actually allowing that in their house. Like really, when you think about it, if you really told them, most people about like, are you cool with that? Well, no, not really, but it's so convenient. I do want it to listen to everything I do in my house though, and record things, my likes. It's already bad enough. I'm so suspicious of talking about things around my cell phone because it seems like every time if I said Cheez-Its, there's going to be a freaking ad for Cheez-Its on my wall pretty soon on
Dude,
Facebook.
no joke.
It's not a joke.
Seriously.
It's serious. So I'm so sincere. It's bad. So, Super Troopers too. Man.
I know. I got tickets already.
You did?
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
I honestly haven't even saw a trailer whatsoever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty good.
I do want to see this movie, The Isle of Dogs.
I do want to see that too.
It looks creepy. That stop motion stuff just creeps me out, man.
It's the Mr. Fox people. Talented
I know.
Mr. Fox. Which was a really good movie.
I don't want to watch the trailer.
No, especially at the volumes you like to play things at. Did you know why they named it Isle of Dogs?
Why?
Because if you say it fast, it's I love dogs. And that's true.
Not everyone, though.
No, but that's why he named it that.
Oh, so like he's just saying like I love dogs
Yep.
enough to call my movie.
I love dogs.
Well, that's a fun fact. To anybody still awake back there, I want to just thank you guys for sticking around. We're on 23rd episode now.
23 weeks, man.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, good night, yeah.
We're probably going to take off, but before we do, we would just want to say thank you so much. If you have any questions or suggestions, hit us up at cyberlunch1@outlook.com or hit us up via Facebook. And YouTube, hit the like button, like, share, subscribe,
All that jazz.
all that jazz. Meh.
We appreciate you listening, though.
We do appreciate
Trying to
you.
get those 100 viewers average. That'd be nice. So tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your kids.
Well, if I keep telling interesting stories about me playing Halo split screen on generators then
while drinking a Diet Coke.
while drinking Diet Coke.
It's a hit.
Hey, I was a rebel when I was in high school.
You were a rebel?
Big time.
I was a class clown, a troublemaker.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
One time, I left study hall early. Yeah. It was a big deal.
I told the teacher that he was boring once in private school. I'll never forget this. This brings up a good story real quick. So he was our teacher. I can't remember his name, but his kid was in our class, my age, right? And he was teaching blah, blah, blah. And I was talking to somebody while he was trying to teach, like really rude. And he's like, Jake, why can I get my kid to listen, but I can't get you to listen in math class? And I said, because you're freaking boring. And this was like 6th grade.
Everybody's like, oh.
Dude, it was not even that. Everybody was dead silent because they knew what was happening. I went to a Baptist private school, dude. And they knew I was heading towards Mr. Hazard's office. Where there was a giant...
That's his name, Mr.
He was a
Hazard?
shop teacher, Mr. Hazard. One of the
His
greatest...
first name Duke?
No, it was... God, I can't remember
Dick Hazard.
But he was one of my favorite guys in my life
really?
as
Sorry.
growing up. Like back then, I was trouble, and he was always a good dude. But I was going there where he had a giant wooden paddle with holes in it, ready for my ass. And the teacher looked at me and didn't even know what to say. Like that's how shocked he was. I'll never forget it. I think I had it out of school suspension for that one. I think back in the day. But yeah, that's just a little glimpse into little shithead I was when I was in class back then. But we're all kids.
Nothing ever changed.
Uh-huh.
Inevitably.
Well, no, that's true. I would probably tell him he's boring now too.
Hey, it reminds me of that kid on the internet where he's like, you know what? I'm just going to say it. I don't care that you broke your arm.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Just like, oh, damn.
Yeah,
you
like,
tell him.
Oof. Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, people with that attitude makes me laugh. That's like a Bill Burr attitude. Like, it's I really
Yeah,
got
but
it.
he gets angry.
He's
Doing
coming,
better.
man. We should go.
I would love to go see Bill
God.
Burr.
They're not tickets aren't that bad.
doing?
Yeah.
I listen to his podcast.
Yeah, me too. It's very good. It's just listening to a person piss and moan about something for 2 hours a day.
Kind of. I mean, he does
Every
it twice
Thursday.
a week.
Twice a week,
He
yeah.
fills an hour and a half by himself.
Yep.
You got to have some like experiences to keep that going, I guess.
It's an easy way to test your material too.
Yeah.
Get it out there.
So about that black box.
Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah.
What?
No, just that was a
Oh.
joke. Apparently some what the hell is it called? Conspiracy theory states that in 6 days the world's going to end
Oh,
because
sure.
of some transmission from Malaysia Airlines.
Yeah, the black box that's like 3 years old.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Or wherever it is. Still broadcasting. Sure. Mm-hmm. That's nothing that you can't refute by just going, hey, Google, as soon as you see it.
Hey Google or hey Alexa, are you part of the CIA? Hey Alexa, would you lie to me?
Bloop, bloop. That's not my job.
I would never lie to you.
You are the.
Get
you are
inside
the
of your car.
You are the master. It'd be like Ex Machina, where it slowly gets meaner and more like just that movie. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, you shouldn't get into it. All right, we're gonna actually get out of here. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. You can already check us out, and we already did that whole spiel. So
the rigmarole.
The rigmarole. We'll see you next week, guys. Thank you so much. Peace. That's really weird.
Did everything just shut off?
I know it. The TV. Oh, I think because this got all bent.
Either that or
It's a wild loss, but
Timberwolves won. They're in. First time in 13 years in the playoffs. Twins came back, bottom of the ninth, walk-off style last night.